His first down run to get the party started by Jones and Tampa. Hard pass and it's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard on the pick.
Comes to interception, sometimes
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 99, blindside block, 15-yard penalty, first down.
There's a difference between being aggressive and trying to fit the ball in there, but this one, Darius Leonard drops right there into the passing lane and Winston throws it right to him. I mean, those are the head-scratching interceptions that you would like to think Winston would have gotten out of his game.
Here they come. They protect Winston well. Goes to his check down out of the backfield. That is Dare Ogunbowale, but he's going to be well short. Football comes loose, and Indianapolis has it. How about this Indianapolis defense? 2 takeaways. It was George Odom who knocked it loose for the Colts.
This season, he is outstanding.
On 2nd and 9, here they come again. Winston steps up, recognizing the danger he was in.
About Justin Houston, 46 pressures, really cranks it up on 3rd down.
Here he comes. Winston steps up on 3rd and 6. Changes his mind. It's caught one-handed. It's Brashad Perryman. Well, they've been waiting for Perriman to break out. Had a career or season-high 87 yards last week. Off the deflection, it's Brady. Lunge into the end zone. Appears to be just short of the goal line. Well, it looked like Malik Hooker had a chance to bring him down. Missed the tackle. Winston reaching over the end zone. No signal yet. Touchdown. It's the kind of response Bruce Arians was hoping for from his offense. Certainly doesn't appear to be down at that point, and then clearly over the goal line.
That's what's so maddening. Just awful play to start the game, and then on this drive was just brilliant. Backs like it.
Winston's first down pass up the seam, wide open is his man. It's caught. Mike Evans for the touchdown.
The scheme that the Colts like to use.
Winston on 3rd and 10. Pump fakes. He's in trouble. Winston somehow escapes. Throws it inside the 5 and finds Watson. And play the drive for the Bucs that began at their own 25-yard line. Winston goes right open his plate for the touchdown. He's moving. Winston wide open is O.J. Howard. First down and more Bucs.
Coverage might want to think about changing a little bit more towards man.
Quick delivery, near side of the field, and that hard, stiff arm by Chris Godwin. There's Matt Eberflus, Colts defensive coordinator. Winston, another fake, throwing towards the end zone. Has his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Justin Watson.
But another miscommunication.
7 start. On 2nd down, Winston back to the air. Finding Peyton Barber.
It's mind games, yeah.
3rd and 6. Winston from the gun. Here they come again. Winston's pass is caught. What a throw by Winston. Rest of our CBS crew from Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Jabal Sheard had him dead to rights. But Peyton Barber able to wiggle away and pick up 3 yards.
And it's reversed here in the second half. They haven't been able to get home.
2nd down pass from Winston is caught. Right along the sideline, that's Justin Watson suddenly becoming a huge factor.
And really gone after that Colts blitzing defense.
Play action here from Winston on 1st down. He's going to take a chance. His man is open, and he finds him. Howard. Beautifully thrown pass.
Play design and execution from Tampa Bay.
Got a lot of a mix of guys in the passing game. Winston was right there. Reset. Quick trigger. This is Hines. Hines wiggling away. Football came loose. It's Mike Edwards on the recovery. But they will take a closer look. Call on the field is fumble, and it certainly looks like it was. Defensive play. As Ronald Jones will pick up a couple. The man's got a lot of spunk. Was in a hurry to get home yesterday to watch LSU win the SEC championship game right here on CBS. Winston's pass deflected and intercepted by Hooker. And Indy's going to get it right back.
Unbelievable. You got a little bit of pressure. And did that ball get tipped a little bit?
Thrown behind the intended receiver, Perryman. It was off Perryman's hands.
I mean, we've seen Winston attack the middle of the field inside the hash marks.
Mack going to lose yardage. Just can't overstate the importance of this game for Indianapolis. It's crazy that they're only up 4 points. 2nd and 15. Brissett thrown into the shadows, and it is caught by Johnson, who's out of the mix. Brissett underneath to the check down on 3rd and 15. This is Paris Campbell, and he is well short. Carter, and also from 19. This one from 47. This one to the right, back and off the upright, no good.
That's hilarious.
So Winston back on the field after their 4th turnover. Throws, incomplete. That's Perryman.
Timing in the right spot.
Inside Indy's side of the field. Winston underneath to Ronald Jones. Going airborne. Boy, look out. Jameis Winston, career high 431 yards passing. Most prolific game of his career. Bucs will keep it on the ground here on 2nd and short. This will be a 1st down run by Jones.
Can't find fault with any part of his game today.
Kind of been the story of his football life, at least in the NFL.
Not stopped Tampa Bay whatsoever in the passing game.
Winston on 2nd and 10. Pocket starts to collapse. He goes underneath. This is Jones. Great open field tackle. Looked like Rocky Sean on the stop.
Got the big boy in there, fullback, Vita Vea.
They had the touchdown just recently. Run play. Indy gets the push they wanted.
And it challenges receivers.
Bucs going for it. 4th and inches. Winston over the middle. It's a catch. Ogunbowale has been very dangerous today as a pass catcher for Tampa. Fresh set of downs. Winston to the end zone. Back shoulder. Caught for the touchdown. And Tampa back in front. Brissett. Pass. Still in his hands, and it's taken there. Now they say it's a incomplete.
It's a backward pass, though.
Illegal forward pass, offense, a second forward pass. However, the forward pass was incomplete. Tampa will take over on down, 1st down.
Colts still have 2 timeouts. Bucs certainly not out of the woods just yet with a $1:45 left. As that football was snapped, they give here to Peyton Barber.
That feeling sometimes on the field. Now I get it every once in a while in the studio too, guys.
All right, that's Gene from New York. Here's Barber again. That's a 1st down run. In the meantime, this nice little run for Bruce Arians, and the Bucs will continue their 3rd straight win as they knock off Indianapolis. Arians, so many great memories with the Colts franchise, that fairy tale season of 2012, as he called it. So much respect between he and Frank Reich. Gut-wrenching loss for the Colts as they drop to 6 and 7.
Well, it's your boy DJ. I usually don't do this as part of my videos, but I had to bring the stat line to y'all because if y'all look at these stats, yeah, these stats is crazy. Like, obviously, the outcome of this game, everybody knows the Bucs won their 3rd straight game against the Indianapolis Colts, 35-38. But this stat line Jameis Winston put up is bananas. It really is. I mean, he put up 456 yards, 4 touchdowns, another one on the ground running, and threw 3 interceptions, along with one of them being a pick 6. And still had 107 passer rating. That's crazy. Ain't no quarterback in the league doing that. You won't be able to find anybody that does this, maybe because, maybe he's going to say, oh, well, he's not being quarterback's going to throw 3 interceptions. You're right. We're not going to throw 3 interceptions and still win a game. There's not any really quarterbacks, at least right now, that will win a game like that. Obviously, Peyton Manning and Brett Favre, those 2 turnover machines early in their careers, you will see them win games like that. That they're obviously special Hall of Famers, and Jameis does things like this very similar, which is very special, man. This is crazy, good and bad. This man gave points to this team that, as the quarterback crossed the field, if you look at Brissett, the man had 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. They should have won a game. The turnover ratio was 1-4, and it still wasn't enough to beat this quarterback. This is Brett Favre-esque. Like this, we have the next coming of Brett Favre here, which many of us been talking about. And this stat line, this game shows it. You know, the defense was just did enough, even with Jameis throwing those interceptions, to win a game. And that's all you need from this defense for us to win games with this quarterback. Like I said, I don't know, man. This is just crazy. I'm kind of speechless looking at this. It's crazy to look at, but we found a way to win. We found a way to win, despite all this, and it's crazy. But this is 3 straight. Obviously, want to keep it going. With Bucs win, baby. Bucs win. Bucs win. Bucs win.
First down and goal from this 5-yard line. Pass toward the end zone. Again, fire those cannons. 6
Today is a good day. This week is a good week. What's going on? Thank God. A little odd. What's going on, man? What's going on, man? What's going on, people? It's your boy DJ. 1/3 of the NFC South versus the NFL. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers representative. And we here to talk about another Bucs victory, baby. That is 3 straight. Man, keep saying it every time, man. This team is peaking too late. But you still like to see it. But you don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fire them cannons, all that good stuff, raise the flags. Beating the Indianapolis Colts at home with a score of 38-34. Pretty close, I think. Or somewhere, 35 or something. It don't matter. We won. Okay. And another game. Another win. Another way to win. You know, I know earlier this season we talked a lot about this team finding ways to lose. Well, guess what? This team right now is finding ways to win. Turnovers, lose the turnover, battle. It don't matter, Was this a game they should have won? Of course. But if you watch the game, which obviously many of you already have, you saw that this game could have easily went the other direction, even though obviously the Bucs were the more talented team, the better team. But, a game like this team would have just faltered and we would have been sitting here pissed off. It would have been, run Jameis out of here. It still is that. It don't matter if we win or lose. It don't matter. That narrative is going to continue to fly around. This team, what was it? I think the most pivotal point of this game was definitely in third quarter where I think the Indianapolis Colts went up 35-21, if I'm not mistaken. Usually right there, I mean, that usually meant this team, no way. There's no way this team can win this game. But because of a fearless man who, it don't matter if this man throws a pick. It don't matter if this man throws a touch. It don't matter. Jameis Winston does not waver, man. And as a fan, this is why I like and I appreciate everything about Jameis. This is why I love and appreciate everything about JPP, Devin White, even Shaq Barrett. These guys are Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. I mean, you're talking I probably get hell for this, Donovan Smith. I mean, these guys don't quit, and they're building a foundation in Tampa right now that we have not seen since the Gruden days. I mean, probably prior to that. And this team is coming together, man. I mean, what can you say? You got your people on both sides of the table where, some people want us to lose out. Got the other side, which I'm on, win out. This team needs to know how to win, man. I've been saying it for years. I haven't been on here. I started just doing this not too long ago, but I've been saying it for years, man. There's a cancer in Tampa. There's cancer within the fan base. It needs to be cut out. And, obviously winning cures a lot, but it's a little different when you're talking about Tampa. I'm telling you, this is the most losing franchise in NFL history. And that's why I laugh. Jameis' winning percentage of the quarterback here is almost identical to the winning percentage of this franchise. So that tells you how poor this franchise has been. And I guess you could put it, for how talented Jameis is, he can't overcome it. And obviously he ain't you can't sit here and act like he ain't the reason of some of this stuff going on. The man throws picks, man, but he throws some of the best passes that you'll see in the league right now. It's crazy, to have I heard enigma. There's so many words you can name, Jekyll and Hyde. Jameis Winston is all that. But one thing you can't say he's not. He's a competitor, man. And like I said before, that when I start naming off people, that's something that, as a Bucs fan, and also somebody that play football, certain things you see and you're sitting there, with certain players is fight. It's the reason why so many people like Joe Burrow is that fight, with LSU and, that not quit attitude that no matter what, I'm going to go out there and do my best. Obviously, we're talking about Joe Burrow out of LSU, a guy that, many Bucs fans would love to see here in Tampa. Would I be mad if we had somebody like that? No, but we have Jameis Winston. I fully have no problem with Jameis Winston. I've been saying it for years, and like I said, I've been here saying it. This defense could just cause a couple turnovers. Everybody knows Jameis is turnover prone, but his talent is so high. His ceiling is higher than just about any quarterback in the league right now at his age. And it's just facts. People can get mad. People cannot like everything they see out of Jameis Winston, but it's facts, man. This dude is that good. And that's why he was able to come back with just basically a turnover. Devin White punched out the ball in the third quarter, gave the ball back to the offense, now started to drive back, and, ultimately with his team winning the game. This Jameis Winston hasn't had a running game since the first year when the person that drafted him was the head coach. The last person that actually believed in him before Bruce Arians, Lovie Smith. I thought it was the right move to keep Cutter, because obviously as a Bucs fan, we're so used to defense. When we saw offense, we all grabbed for it. I was one of them too. That's not something I was used to seeing here. At least through the tenure that I've been a Bucs fan for the past 20 some odd years. That's not something, I'm used to. So I was like, hell yeah, we got to keep Cutter. But to be all honest, maybe that was a detriment to Jameis Winston's career. It wasn't a guy that really backed him, but, Cutter was a professional guy, so he's going to do his job even when he doesn't ultimately back this quarterback or believed in everything about him. Cool, whatever. We got Bruce Arians, and all he's been doing is putting belief in all his players, no matter what. He could probably think, like you said, he's going to let you know when your football sucks, and he's not going to let you just play if you're not any good. So if you're playing, he believes in you. And that's why you see so much of that energy being, passed on, and obviously with Todd Bowles with his scheme. And Byron, you got to give love to Byron Leftwich. This man, you can see him getting better with the play calling. I don't know if that is because they're adding more things and they're trying new things. I don't really know. That Cameron Brate touchdown was a hell of a play on the red zone. I love the way they had the two flats to O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate run underneath wide receiver routes. That was a hell of a play. And, something like that I wasn't seeing early. And, obviously the run game, there's nothing we could do about it right now. It is what it is. The running game is very pedestrian. It is, like I said, it's on Jameis Winston. It really is. And it's unfortunate. And hopefully, in the draft, we're going to be, replacing DeMar Dotson, who obviously, like I keep on saying, man, I appreciate you, man. You gave us a lot of great years, man, but them knees is done, dog. It's time for you to go. We're going to have to replace him in the offseason. I wouldn't be surprised if we add another offensive lineman because we like to run those 6 offensive line sets to run the ball. Somebody has a road grader, and I wouldn't be surprised to see another running back. Ronald Jones is a nice little piece. I think we're seeing him still climb and learn. You know, he was obviously a project coming into the NFL, but you see the talent. He's gotten better this year. Can we see him get better next year? Like, we definitely can. Not count him out, but I definitely do think we need another running back. And once again, that's why I went back to the Lovie Smith thing. That was when the Bucs had a really good running game. Lovie Smith protected Jameis Winston, you know, that first year. Dirk Cutter, bombs over Baghdad, man. You know, we're running my system. We're going to throw this ball all around. You know, the running game wasn't that good, you know, after that. And we haven't seen it even going into now. You know, it is what it is. And, you know, we're seeing the same thing in Atlanta right now. That running game is pedestrian because that's just the system they run. Even though they have some talented running backs. And we, you know, I think, you know, Peyton Barber has talent and Rojo he has more talent. But that's something that's going to have to be addressed in the offseason. Like I said, with just, I guess, the last little bit of this game, man, I mean, resilience. Jameis has had resilience his whole entire career. The man fractured, as we all know right now, fractured a part of his finger or whatever. He came back out and threw for like 3 more touchdowns like it was nothing. Like, the man's not a quitter. That's something we don't need in Tampa. So many people have quit being here in Tampa. You know, we've had so many free agents coming here. You know, be a cancer in the locker room. You know, I could list off just about every free agent signing that, you know, we thought was going to come here. You know, they're going to come and play, but they weren't about building what we're seeing now. And, you know, it took a bunch of rookies, obviously, for that to happen. We brought in some, you know, JPP. He was already, like he said last year, a lot of guys here not keeping it real. You know, he's here now. He's one of them guys. He's seeing it. Obviously, the pedigrees that they signed this year, you know, with Shaq Barrett, the Ndamukong Suh, JPP. I mean, he's not signed, but, you know, he's been here. Carl Nassib, second year here. You know, especially on defense, you're bringing a certain pedigree that this defense hasn't had. And has been getting better. Obviously, the young quarterbacks, we're seeing them get better. They're young, you know, still making mistakes, but, you know, I like what I'm still seeing. But like I said, you just continue to see this team climb. And as a Bucs fan, this is what we should want. You know, going into 2020, you know, we this should be the next step into what we all want, which is, you know, playoff football. I went back and watched that 1996 Tampa Bay Buccaneers documentary, and about the season with Tony Dungy. One of the reasons why I became a Bucs fan in the late 90s, going into the new millennium, was Tony Dungy and what he did to that team. And I appreciate it and go back and watch that, you know, being a little older now and seeing that and seeing why so many people are comparing this year to that. And then to go to 97 and how this team just was night and day different and the type of players they had in that scheme. And, you know, we're seeing it all over again. This really honestly can be that. Bruce Arians is a builder as well as Tony Dungy was. And, you know, it's just great to see, man. And like I said, this Colts game, for all the bad that we saw, it was nothing perfect about this game on defense or offense. But they found a way to win. And that's a sign of a team growing and getting better. And like I said, that's something that we all, as Bucs fans, need to appreciate. We want to keep this team together, and that's including Jameis Winston, because it's an energy. This is something, you know, I'm very big on energy and things like that, and I think it's all momentum. And you're not going to want to make a lot of changes within the nucleus, which Jameis is part of that nucleus, if you want to see his team continue to ascend. I don't see it happening, you know, and that's a good thing. But yeah, man, this team right now is, like I said, a 3-game winning streak. Won 4 out of the last 5 and have an opportunity to still win out. And, you know, once again, Jameis showing how much of a warrior he is. He has a fracture in his hand, and I wouldn't be surprised if this man comes out there and play. Unless somebody shuts this man down. We saw this back 2 years ago when he had an AC joint, the same AC joint injury. The same thing that took Aaron Rodgers and put him on IR. Jameis was to play through it and continue to, you know, fight. You know, that fight is so important, man. It's infectious. You know, and I think that's why so many people in that locker room love Jameis, even if the fan base doesn't love him. And that's one reason why, as a fan, you know, I appreciate the dude. And I appreciate, like I said, people like Devin White and JPP, and even I hear even SMB out there, Sean Murphy Button talking. Like, it's an attitude, man. I mean, it's obviously everybody in the NFL is talented, and it's about building something and coming together and having one same cause, which Bruce Arians has been preaching to these kids, and you're just seeing it now. Obviously, they're peaking late, but they're playing because they know what they have and what they can be in the future. If you haven't looked, this team is going to be one of the teams with some of the most cap in the NFL. So you're talking about a young nucleus. They're going to have to re-sign a lot of players, make some hard decisions, obviously draft well again. But in the NFC South, they're the best set-up team to really take over. Obviously, right now, New Orleans Saints is the leading team right now. Obviously, there's a lot of, with Drew Brees coming to the end, that team's going to take they're going to take a little bump in the road. But right now, they're obviously on a run. My boy T.J. Jones, who that, they're obviously they're tuned in right now, playoffs. Trying to make that Super Bowl run. They know how important it is. The Atlanta Falcons, if you haven't looked, are in cap hell. I mean, they're going into the next season. They have so much dead money that they can't release players to relinquish some of the money that they're going to be under the cap. And even if they, like I said, release players, they're going to release players that don't really matter. They're going to have a hell of a draft. Like that team, they're going to have to blow it out the water with the draft, and they're going to have to get rid of, I don't even know, because like I said, there's so much dead money on that team. They can't get rid of a lot of players. And the Carolina Panthers, I mean, so what can you say? I know my boy Mike Ricks is over there freaking out. With them talking about trading Cam. They ain't got no quarterback. They talking about trading Cam, which I don't think they should trade Cam. But, hey, I don't really care because that means he's out the division. That defense, has showed a lot of holes this year. And they got rid of Ron Rivera, who was a defensive mind. So who's going to go that defense now and, have them lead the right direction? That offense has already been pedestrian. So, I mean, there's a lot of building that's going to happen in Panther Nation, and they're going to be in trouble for a little while. And I say all this, after this Colts win, because you're seeing this team ascend and other teams in this division kind of drop. And this is a big opportunity. And if this team can build on what they're doing right now and carry it over, and like I said, it's not like that 9-7 season we had with Dirk Cutter, where he ended up going 5-11 2 years in a row. He got fired. It's not like that Raheem Morris team that nobody thought that this team could do what they did. And you saw the way they faltered the year after. This is a completely different situation. If you really know football, you can see it. And it should make you excited, man. I'm excited, man. I mean, like I said, I want to see this team finish out 9-7, 8-8, and get ready for next year. Get a nice pieces in the draft. Obviously, re-sign Shaq Barrett. If Sue will take about $7 million, I'll sign him at that. JPP, get him about 10. Carl Nassib, you get him about 5-6. That's a good amount. That's about 40,000 that you put, or 40 million that you put into the defensive line. But these dudes have chemistry right now. You don't want to break that. Obviously, Levante David back there. I'll re-sign him for a couple more years. Like I said, I don't want to get too much into the breakdown, but some of these veterans need to stay. And I think it's going to happen. And obviously, we got the Lions coming in town. No, we're going to Detroit. What is it to say about that game, man? I mean, like I said, we'll probably break it down. Me, my boys, probably get on here. NFC South versus NFL. We're going to get on here and break that game down along with the other games in the division and talk about the other games. I don't know what happened to our show last week. Had some technical difficulties. If you can hear my thing, I'm trying to get over this cold right now. I went home to Jersey and came back with this cold. My great-grandmother turned 101. It was great to celebrate that with her and some of my family I haven't seen in a while. It was great. But I came back with this freaking cold, man. But also got to watch the Bucs win and continue the streak. But yeah, man, I just want to say a couple things. Like I said, with this game, obviously, everybody basically talking about it, man. It was a roller coaster, but you kind of get that with Jameis. And personally, as a Bucs fan, until the game hit 0, I always thought we were going to win this game because, first of all, I picked this team to win this game, so I wanted to stand behind what I believed, and because they're not quitting, this team does not quit. So even though we're going through this roller coaster until the game is over, As a Bucs fan, I personally think we're gonna win. Especially in this last 3 games we got. We got the Falcons, we got the Houston Texans at home, which I'm gonna break down when that time comes, and then we got the sorry ass fucking Lions. Excuse my language, but yeah, I mean, you should go 9-7 as long as Jameis is able to finish the season. I think that is important. But yeah, man, Bucs win, baby. 3 in a row. We won 4 in their last 5. That's what's up. Let's continue to keep firing them cannons. Continue to win. And finish this season off strong, man. That's all I want to see this team finish out strong and get excited for next year. And get ready to buy my tickets for next year to go watch these teams. Obviously, I'm not in the Tampa Bay area, so I always buy tickets either to go down to Tampa or I always go to games. I've traveled with the team, so like I said, I'm doing that either way next year. So, yeah, man. Exciting things, man. I think exciting things to come. But let me get out of here, man. I'm already taking too much of y'all time, man. If y'all got this far, I appreciate y'all. Check out the YouTube channel, Sports Conference Network. Expect more content on other sports. And obviously the NFL versus NFC South versus the NFL, which this is the featured show that we talk about the NFC South. Like, share, subscribe on Facebook. Same thing on YouTube. Continue to comment and let's continue to have fun. Enjoy this stretch. Last couple games for the Panthers, Bucs, and Falcons. So no matter how much you hate your team, well, right now the Panthers and Falcons fans, you got 3 more, man. And after that, we're gonna be crying for football in about a couple months as those fans. And obviously, Saints, man. Hate to say it, but good luck. Y'all need this run. Because I'm telling you right now, these Bucs is coming, baby. So y'all better win it now. All right? Appreciate y'all for checking me out. It's your boy DJ. Follow me on Twitter at DJHop25. Still working on just trying to be more consistent on there. I'm a busy man. I work 2 full-time jobs. It's just hard. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. But I'm out, man. Bucs win, baby. Finish the season out strong. See y'all next time. Peace.